Hi, I'm Dave Rennick from Dappled Cities. Classic song. I mean, classic is a very generous term. Song Fire, Fire, Fire marks a moment in time for Dappled. It was off our second record. I literally remember writing it in my bedroom, sitting on my bed with an acoustic guitar in a share house in Darlinghurst on South Dowling Road. I can't quite remember the number of the house. 314. 314 South Dowling Road in the front bedroom. If anyone wants to, do the sightseeing tour of Dappled Cities. I do remember writing the chords and the lyric, the vocal melody on my own very quickly and naturally and without trying very hard. That's not to say that I'm a natural. It was more to say I'm sort of a lazy, basic songwriter at that very early stage, just literally sitting on a bed in your underpants with an acoustic guitar, having a little dick around, with some chords and some melodies.
I can see the fire inside, heating the living room in no one direction. It's falling out all over the floor.
That initial kind of slather or that foundation of the song was written by myself on the guitar, but then Dappled Cities was always a very collaborative band. Tim, I remember saying, "Hey, let's put a big, glorious melody at the front," and he came up with a melody, and I remember it quite well because the melody was twice as long as what actually ended up on the record. So it was a big, long melody, but then eventually we like chopped it in half and just kept the first four notes of it because we just wanted to keep it quite, simple and kind of glorious and catchy, I guess. So the boom, 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 five notes became the melody. Hugh has always been a very creative drummer. He would just sit back and listen. And we'd always say like, "Oh, I think we like this beat," or "I think we like this beat." And he goes, "No, no, no, just play the song. I just want to hear the song. So play it beginning to end." And then begrudgingly, Tim or I would have to just play the song beginning to end. He'd be like, "Okay, okay," and then he'd like start writing a drum beat, and it would shift and change, and we'd always been trying to suggest something, and he would always I think it would frustrate him because he wanted to really like understand the song and then invent a beat out of his understanding of the song. And so that's why the beat in Fire 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 is like it's a strange rhythm, and it gives the song a great deal of its character, definitely. Alex as well is a very idiosyncratic bass player. He would lock down the song with his bass playing. I've always been a very bashful songwriter. I would never play it. I never played it to a girlfriend, played songs to a girlfriend and asked what she thought of them, for example. It would always go straight to the band. And even then I was shy to play a song, always have been, but you got to do it, obviously, if you're gonna bring it into a band setting. So yeah, the band were the first to hear it, and it went from there. We were trying to break the mold of what bands up to then were meant to be and what kind of songs they were meant to write in our song structures and our instrumentation, lyrics, just trying to push it in all different directions. We played it live many, many times, and Dappled Cities are very much a live band. Yeah, I mean, the song being a single is very well received live. I mean, it does have that really glorious intro. It's got like not a danceable groove, but a real appealing groove, and that it kind of washes over and you kind of sways. When we play it live, you tend to look out and see like a lot of kind of beaming faces, you know, not like monging out, not dancing, just kind of like beaming faces as though people are looking at some kind of, I don't know, lovely sunset or something. I don't know. That's the response from that particular song. At the moment, we are on the cusp of finishing our new record, which has been a while in the works. We recorded it in 2021, just before I moved to London. We had literally on my way out of the country, we were like, we need to record. We need to use this opportunity to get to a studio. So the 2 weeks prior to me leaving, we were in the studio, and then on the very last day, I packed up the van and was like, "See ya," and then relocated my whole life to London. So that's when we tracked it. Now it's 2025, and we're just finishing it now. So we're certainly not moving at a rapid pace. But between now and then, the songs have had quite a bit of development as well. I guess the development of these tracks happens after that initial recording session these days, whereas back in the old days, we'd be rehearsing and practicing these songs to develop and demoing them. Whereas we barely demoed these songs that we've recorded. Instead, we took those initial sessions and worked on them remotely. And I've been back to Australia to do some overdubs and some vocals and work some more with the guys. And I think as of right now, the record is finished. And we're looking forward to it coming out. I think we're just months away from the first single.